Hello, it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about interesting audio gear, but it's not audiophilic device. It's Fosi Audio K5 Pro, and they position this device as a gamer's DAC. So what does it mean? First of all, it's a digital to analog converter with headphone amplifier. It gives up to 500 milliwatts for 32 ohms load in the amplification, and it supports USB audio 1.0, meaning that it can be connected with wide range of devices, including Windows computers, MacBooks, smartphones, different gaming consoles. So resolution is limited to 96 kHz, but at the same time connectivity is wide in terms of devices supported. And also it has microphone input, and it has analog to digital converter, so it will help you to keep in touch with your teammates in the voice chat. So also it has treble and bass adjustment cranks, which also makes it pretty interesting, and has nice set of inputs and outputs, so pretty competitive device, but more about that a bit later. The price is $80, and they even provide me personal discount code, not affiliate one, but at the same time, if this review will be out as I'm planning, it will hit near Black Friday, and most likely they will have different sales on their website. So let's have a closer look. So let's do a quick unboxing. I like this minimalistic design, looks pretty decent. Inside you'll get a quick start manual, actually pretty useful. Also universal USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, but it can also be USB Type-C on the other side, so pretty convenient for such device. Also you'll get optical cable and the adapter. Device has separate input for headphones and microphone, and if you're using 4-pin headset, it's an adapter to connect it to the device itself. And here is K5 Pro. As you can see, it's pretty small but actually nicely built. Compact, pretty lightweight, but at the same time made of solid aluminum piece. Has nice rubber fits, so it stays on the table really reliably. Actually, really nice grip, and which is pretty useful for the compact device. And let's start from the rear side. Here is USB input. You can use it to connect to your source via USB or just supply power here. Then optical and coaxial audio ins, so you can use one of them. And also here is line out. It's regulated, and actually it works simultaneously with headphones output. So if you planning to use both speakers and line out, and headphones output, you need to disconnect and reconnect one of them. So for speakers you can probably turn them off, but at the same time when you're using speakers it's better to pull out headphones. Here is headphone output and microphone. Also 3 LEDs indicating input, USB, optical and coaxial. Then we've got timbre block that allows you to adjust bass and treble. They have actually 0 position, it's tactile, so it fixes in the middle position, but more about that a bit later. And also universal button with and knob to control the volume. When you rotate it, it controls the volume, but also it can be pressed. Long press turns the device on and off, and short press cycle through 3 inputs. Minor drawback here is that it doesn't remember selected input when it's powered off. And actually nice potentiometer inside. There is a slight imbalance at the beginning of the scale, but it quickly goes away and you get decent amount of treble. One exception here actually is sensitive in-ear monitors. With really sensitive ones you'll get less free space travel because it will become a bit too loud, and also with really sensitive earphones you can experience background noise on the higher volumes. So in this case I'd probably recommend iFi iMatch, or you can use less sensitive earphones, and with something having 32 ohms load and up to 110 decibel sensitivity there won't be any issues. Really nice, pretty smooth rotation, pure analog feel for this knob. So I thought that it's necessary to test microphone input of this device, so I am recording this voiceover message with my Rode microphone that I always use for recording my voice for the review, but this time it's passing through Fosi K5 Pro, and I won't apply here any gain correction or equalization, so here you'll be able to get the idea of how its microphone input sounds. And of course about the sound, as you can see, with the help of USB on the go cable I made it working with FiiO M17. Of course in practical usage it doesn't make any sense because M17 sounds noticeably better, but to showcase this scenario and also to show you some examples of tracks I did that, and actually it's working. So in terms of sound it's really good for its price. Maybe not the greatest offer, there could be some more audiophilic and better sounding devices, but in general it's overall good. Sound is actually in natural position of these knobs is it's not absolutely balanced, but at the same time with these knobs you can adjust sound whatever you'd like. In the natural position at 12 o'clock bass is slightly recessed, deeper bass, and high frequencies is also slightly recessed, but adjusting it you can move it not to absolutely flat curve, but closer to this. But even with slight recession of deeper bass, for me it sounds normal. Sometimes, of course, it lacks foundation, but it's one knob turn away from achieving that. But let's probably talk about the default sound, because you can adjust it in the wide range, really wide, so you can reduce and boost bass in pretty big range, so you can make it kind of bass head, or otherwise you can focus it on the mid frequencies, and that's all. And of course it's also up to you to find the point of perfect balance in terms of lows and treble, because treble is also adjustable in a kind of wide range. So bass has normal resolution, not the greatest one, but actually pretty normal. It has balanced attacks, nice amount of punch, it's not super fast and not super punchiest, and of course it's lacking that small nuances in the bass, but to be honest, I don't see any sense in nitpicking for this price and for such device with microphone. It stands on its own and offering nice sound. So bass not audiophilic, but pretty normal. You won't miss a lot of things except of naturalness of the really well recorded tracks. There of course is a slight drawback, but in general I think the main usage of this thing is to listen some music from computer without critical listening, and it does it pretty well. But of course I'm a logical person, so I selected a pretty audiophilic track. It's world's greatest audiophile vocal recordings, Little Kruta featuring Jenn Mundia, and its cover of Metallica's Harvester of Sorrow in more audiophilic way with acoustic bass, and actually acoustic bass here sounds like really nice with that body and richness. If I'll do A/B comparisons with some more audiophilic digital tonal converter like FiiO's recently reviewed K11, for example, of course I'll notice better texturing and stuff like that, but without comparisons it will be pretty normal. So, but you'll need to adjust the amount, you remember. And mid frequency is actually main focus here, also not super resolving, but detalization is on the normal level, so you won't lose any significant details, but of course it won't give you some critical listening with focus on the micro contrast and something like that. Imaginary stage is about average, maybe slightly above average in width and depth, but it's pretty enough to be to represent you all that 3D things that software will be do. It doesn't support any of hardware acceleration for the sound or things like Dolby or something like that. So basically mixing of three-dimensional audio should be done by the computer or console itself and it will just represent it. But it's definitely not an issue because nowadays all gaming devices offers really good 3D audio processing capabilities. So it's not critical for the quality of record, and it's not audiophilic thing where you should hunt for the best remasters or something like that. But when difference between releases is really noticeable, it will show you, but otherwise you can listen whatever you'd like. It won't be a big issue if you select some streaming or something like that. So normal level of details, pretty uncolored sound signature, maybe slight hint of added warmth and weight, making vocals a bit more full-bodied, but actually not too much. Nice dynamics when it's necessary and it delivers that things. And example for the mid frequencies, it's also not super complicated track, but pretty nice one. It's David Gilmour, the girl in the yellow dress, also actively using acoustic bass and nice melody with good vocal, with catchy tune, and actually this device also represented in a pretty enjoyable level. Of course, also if you won't be doing some A/B testing with something more audiophilic, but I don't think that actually audiences of audiophilic device and the Fosi K7 Pro even interlap. It's just two different audiences at all. And treble actually surprisingly pretty nice, so don't expect some layering or super extension, but basic overtones are represented nicely. You can adjust their amount, so with boosting treble you can make sound more airy, and boosting further can make it pretty piercing and annoying, but just don't do that. Or if you don't like treble, it's even easier scenario, you can just reduce it and enjoy music without being over excessive for you. In the natural position, it's just a nice amount of treble without attempts to boost some energy or something like that, just a good representation of basic overtones. Of course, it's also a bit simplified, but nothing criminal, especially for this price range too. And example is the next one. It's Larks Tongues in Aspic, first part by King Crimson, and it starts with excessive usage of percussions, and actually also this device gives a nice results. Not fully 100% representation of this track, but you know, even for audiophile like me, it's really on nice level, I can enjoy it. But I'm not true audiophile. For me, it's better to listen to music on the not perfect device than don't listen it at all. Speaking about the comparisons, actually, you know, there won't be any comparisons. In terms of pure sound quality, you can find some dongle digital tonal converters that will sound slightly better than this one. But in terms of all-in-one device, especially for this affordable price, I think it's a really good option, taking into account that it has microphone input, it has bass and treble adjustment, and actually it has non-audiophilic but pretty well balanced sound. It has nice amount of power, maybe not actually for things like 300 ohm impedance headphones, but for more adequate full-size headphones it will drive them pretty nicely. So definitely a good device for non-audiophiles who need these extra features. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a nice day.